Report to the council to warn them about Sovereign's plan to attack the Citadel. I'm hitting peak levels of misspeaking lately.
Update to the Citadel, Commander. We got confirmation on those reinforcements. Ambassador Udina wants us to report back to the Citadel. The Council's massing a joint species fleet to deal with Saren and his Geth.
Back to the Citadel, Joker. I want the Normandy at the head of that fleet.
Yes, ma'am.
Good job, Shepard. Thanks to you, the Council's finally taking real action against Saren.
The Ambassador is correct. If Saren is foolish enough to attack the Citadel, as you believe, we will be ready for him.
Patrols are stationed at every mass relay linking Citadel space to the Terminus systems.
How many ships are you sending to attack Ilos?
Ilos is only accessible to the Mu relay, deep inside the Terminus systems, Commander. If we send a fleet in there, the only possible outcome is full-scale war.
Now is the time for discretion, Commander. Saren's greatest weapon was secrecy. Exposed, he is no longer a threat. This is over.
Secrecy isn't his greatest weapon. The Conduit is.
Saren is a master manipulator. The Conduit is just a distraction from his real plan to attack the Citadel.
One ship going into the Terminus systems won't start a war. I can be discreet.
You detonated a nuclear device on Vermeer. I wouldn't call that discreet.
Your style served you well in the Traverse, Commander. We recognize that. But Ilos requires a deft touch. We have the situation under control.
Sovereign's the real threat. Saren's just a servant of the Reapers.
Only you have seen the Reapers, and then only in visions. We won't invade the Terminus systems because of a dream.
If Saren finds the Conduit, we're all screwed. We have to go to Ilos.
Ambassador Udina, I get the sense Commander Shepard isn't willing to let this go.
There are serious political implications here, Shepard. Humanity's made great gains thanks to you, but now you're becoming more trouble than you're worth.
You bastard! You're selling us out!
It's just politics, Commander. You've done your job, now let me do mine. We've locked out all the Normandy's primary systems until further notice you're grounded.
Nobody stabs me in the back, Udina. Nobody.
I think it's time for you and your team to leave, Commander. This no longer concerns you. The Council can handle this, with my help, of course.
Commander. Shepard, I cannot believe they did this to you. I am so sorry.
Udina couldn't wait to stab me in the back.
It's not right. You did everything they asked and more. Nobody else could have done what you did. The Council owes you everything, everything. Instead, they strip you of your command and ground the Normandy.
While they sit on their asses, Saren's searching Ilos for the Conduit. As soon as he finds it, we're all dead.
Perhaps we could appeal and get them to reverse their decision.
I pushed them as hard as I could. They wouldn't budge.
So you're going to walk away? You will just give up and doom the entire galaxy to extinction?
We lost the battle, not the war. I'll figure something out.
I believe in you, Shepard. I am with you every step of the way.
Sorry to interrupt, Commander. Got a message from Captain Anderson.
What did he want?
Only said to meet him in that club in the wards. Flux.
You should probably go meet with him.
There's some timing from Joker, isn't it? Let's see. We're going to the wards. We're going to the Flux. Locals. Seems logical to bring an Alliance member along right around now. And it's probably good to bring Garrus around on the Citadel just in general. He's the only person in this crew that lived there, necessarily.
With exterior atmosphere. Logged. The commanding officer is ashore. Exo Presley has the deck.
Now that we're having actual gameplay again, let's go ahead and toggle a few things. There we go. Yeah, they just jumped. They jumped straight into that. There's nothing optional about any of this. You get dumped directly into the Citadel from Vermeer with no option to get to traverse the galaxy in between. Where did Ashley just go? Ashley? That's some rapid fire stuff too. They show you dock, but then you teleport directly to the council chambers, then directly back to the ship without any interaction. There you are. Where did you go? That was. She's warping around on me. Whoa, she's over there. That never happens either. Everything I know is a lie.
The station on Noveria has reportedly been destroyed. The exact cause is currently unknown. Given the research conducted on Noveria, many are blaming the destruction on an experiment gone awry. Administrator Anoleus currently faces criminal charges as a result of the disaster, although the nature of the charges remains unclear.
Part of me totally wants to spam elevator rides for a bit, because we've done so many. There's of course all the different character combinations you can bring together to talk to each other, but also all the different side quests we've done. It will trigger radio broadcasts to update on the fallout of what we did. So I kind of want to avoid fast travel and check out some elevator rides, because we haven't done that many of them, admittedly. So he said Flux. Well, that's convenient. Because in order to get to Flux, I need to go to... That's the wrong way. This way? Or is it this one? The Presidium. Traffic Control, CSEC offices. Where the hell is... Oh, Lower Wards. Oh, it's like weirdly around... Yeah, it is around the back. Conveniently, I think there's like multiple elevator rides on our way to the wards. So isn't that convenient?
Celebrations are being planned for the anniversary of the end of the Rachni Wars. Many Council worlds, particularly Asari and Solarian colonies, will hold victory parades to commemorate the defeat of the invading Rachni. In a rare admission of debt, several Asari colonies have invited Krogans to be honored for the victories the uplifted Krogans made possible.
I'm sure Rex would shrug at that. Well, we got through with the least possible casualties and the largest possible party size, which is probably the approach I'll take to the the series as a whole. I've always been curious about doing playthroughs where I get as many people killed in every single game, and just get through with the bare minimum crew and see what form the story takes when that happens. But as the one like canonical playthrough on my channel, I don't really want to do that. So it kind of depend on me ever having time for second playthrough, and that's iffy. Hello.
You're the Spectre, right? Commander Shepard, it is an honor to speak with you.
Yeah, cram, Your Honor. What's this riot about?
I'm Charles Saraceno of the Terra Firma Party. With Armistice Day coming soon, we're making our voices heard by the alien appeasers on the Presidium. Can I count on your support in the next election?
You're marking the end of the First Contact War with a protest.
As we have every year for the last 26 years. The war taught humanity a lesson that some would forget. If we don't stand up for ourselves, no one else will.
Every day I stand up for humanity. Often in the face of bullets. What have you done lately? You really think speeches help?
We all serve in our own way, Commander. I'm not a soldier, but I can tell the public why they should support your efforts.
Wearing a ribbon on your lapel makes you a hero, huh? You want to help humanity? Get out of your office and pitch in.
I assure you, I'm only interested in the betterment of humanity. The same as you, Commander.
What are you running for?
I'm seeking one of the 5 spacer seats in Parliament. They have certain Baroque conditions for a citizen to be able to vote for them. You have to spend more than 6 months a year in space, but you can't have stayed in any one settled system for more than a month. You do spend most of your time in space, Commander.
I don't know terra firma's platform. What do you stand for?
Our core value is that Earth must stand firm against alien influences, politically, culturally, and in the worst case, militarily.
It's a noble goal. Too bad so many of your supporters are just racists.
I can't deny that some of our supporters have extreme views, but our platform is also supported by economists, sociologists, and medical professionals.
But you don't do anything to curtail the racist comments of your members.
Of course not, Commander. Whether I disagree with them or not, they have the right to express their opinion.
Sorry, I believe we need to work peacefully with other races.
We've heard that before in human history. Well-meaning naivete leads to declarations of peace in our time. We can't allow anything like Shan-Shi to happen again. I don't suppose I could convince you to issue a public statement of support for my candidacy. The support of the first human Spectre would be invaluable.
The occupation of Shan-Shi couldn't happen again. We weren't even sure there were aliens to garrison against back then.
It's still a powerful symbol, Commander. Shan-Shi is the only human territory ever occupied by an alien species.
You have the right to your opinion, Mr. Saraceno, but with all due respect, I disagree with it.
I understand. I'm glad you support the democratic process, at least. Thank you for your time, Commander. Remember Terra Firma on Election Day, because Terra Firma remembers you.
Yep, there's a little something for people who always think that Ashley's the racist of the group, because she has like one line of dialogue about how, hey, if shit hits the fan, people will probably protect their own. As opposed to, let's get all the aliens away because they're all evil and going to ruin us, or anything like that.
Can I take a moment of your time? Soldier, I've got a major situation, and I need help from somebody with humanity's interests at heart.
It's Commander, actually. What do you want?
Of course, right to business. That's why humanity has the best damn fleet in the galaxy. My name is Elias Keeler. I'm an alliance negotiator. We've got a big session coming up with the Solarians. You wouldn't believe what's riding on this. I'm fighting for humanity on this one, just like you are.
Don't try to sell me on this. Just tell me what you want.
I need you to buy a mental stimulant for me. It's legal, but restricted. I've purchased the monthly limit, and I need more from the medbay.
What exactly is this stimulant?
Oh, I don't know the medical terms, but it increases mental capacity, short-term recall, that sort of thing. It helps me stay focused, and it keeps me sharp. Nothing gets by me when I'm on it.
If you know the monthly limits, why'd you go over them?
The negotiations were supposed to be last week, but the Solarians stalled it, probably deliberately. If I don't get the stimulant, I'll be a wreck. My assistant will take over, and that would be a disaster.
Is your assistant incompetent or just inexperienced?
Worse. He's an alien sympathizer. My assistant wants to bend over backwards for the Citadel races. He wants to show them we're reasonable. No race will respect us until we show them who's in charge. That's what it took with the Turians. Yeah, forget my assistant.
Why is this deal so important?
The Solarians want to set up long-term trade agreements. There are billions of credits at stake. If I don't get the drug, my assistant will take over and mess up the whole deal. It would be a disaster.
You should put some trust in your assistant. Didn't you train him?
My assistant wants to bend over backwards for the... No race will respect us until we show them who's in charge. That's what it took with the Turians. Yeah, forget my assistant.
Keeler, you've got a problem. You need to get treatment.
It might look that way from the outside, but this is just a one-time slip-up. All the top negotiators are on stimulants close to the legal limit. It's the way the game is played.
Will overdosing on stimulants and getting arrested help humanity, Keeler?
Maybe you're right. I've been trying to keep humanity strong, and maybe I've pushed myself too hard. I'll tell you what. This will be the last time I use the stimulant. After this deal is finished, I'll get treatment.
You won't be doing humanity any favors if you overdose during negotiations. Get help now.
You don't understand! Humanity needs me, and I need that stimulant. Without it, I don't know anymore. I get so tired when I run out of the stimulant. I just need one more boost.
That's an addict talking, Keeler. What does it take to convince you?
You're right. I'll go tell my assistant. I shouldn't be working like this. I'll get help. I'm just sorry it came to this.
God damn. A lot of all humanity or anti-humanity stuff going on, just all simultaneously. It's probably specifically because this is one in the storyline you're gonna hit peak frustration with the Citadel and the Council because they aren't listening to you on the grand culmination of your mission. You just visited 4 alien planets, for the main story at least, to track down Saren. You lost a member of your own crew in the process, and people are ignoring the information you brought forth. And so this is the perfect time for the story to strike at you and try to have you work with these humanity first groups and these people that only care about humanity or don't care about being reasonable or coexisting and stuff like that. And they attack you on 2 different levels. Hey, Doran's there still. I actually looked online for a Volus figurine. They don't sell them. The only thing I could find was a plushie, and I don't like plushies. I don't even really own figurines to begin with, but I kind of want a Volus, and they don't make them, and I'm heartbroken. But they do it on 2 levels. First, they have the like really blatant, like the almost obligatory super racist group that comes in that of course is really good at sheathing how racist they are under rhetoric, but also really their entire platform is inherently racist, and that's problematic. And then you have the other one where it's like, oh well, it's a politician, it's his job to support the specific group, so it's not unreasonable that he puts humanity first, but he's got a drug problem, and also maybe the assistant that wants to be more reasonable is still a better option because he's both not killing himself and not as unyielding.
I'm glad you came, Shepard. I heard what happened.
The Normandy's been grounded.
I know, I'm sorry. I wanted to warn you, but there was no way to get a message to you before you docked. I know you're pissed off right now, but you can't give up. They all think this is over, but we both know it's not. You have to go to Ilos. You have to stop Saren from using the Conduit.
There's only one ship that can get me into the Terminus systems undetected, and she's grounded.
Citadel controls locked out all the Normandy's systems, but if we override the Ambassador's orders, we can get them to bring the Normandy back online. You can be in the Terminus systems before anyone even knows you're gone.
If we steal the Normandy, you're the one left holding the bag.
And if Saren finds the Conduit, life as we know it is over. The Reapers will destroy us. Humans, Asari, everybody. You're the only one who can stop him, Shepard. So I'll do whatever it takes to get you on the Normandy and off this station.
Stealing the Normandy is mutiny. What if the crew won't help me?
The Normandy's your ship now, Commander. Her crew will follow you to the ends of the galaxy. We both know that.
I won't forget this, Captain. I promise.
I can unlock the Normandy from one of the consoles in the Citadel Control Center. You'll have a few minutes before anyone realizes what happened.
That's a restricted area patrolled by armed guards. How are you going to get in?
Leave that to me. Just make sure you're in the Normandy when the systems come back online.
There's gotta be a better way.
Ambassador Udina issued the lockdown order. If I can hack into the computer in his office, maybe I can override it.
He's not gonna let you waltz into his office and use his computer.
Hopefully he won't be there. If he is, I'll just have to think of something.
Udina won't let this slide, Captain. You'll be charged with treason, a capital offense.
We don't have a lot of options. I break into the Ambassador's computer, or I take my chances with the patrols in Citadel Control.
Well, that's a hell of a thing. Break into a place full of armed guards where he's likely to get shot to death, or break into the place that's Udina's office where if he's caught, he gets a capital offense and dies. So, there we go. My logic here is it's probably best to break into his office because he's got a lower chance of dying on the spot, and if my mission's successful and the people come to see the reason why everything happened, you have a higher chance of clearing Captain Anderson's name and having the charges dropped if he gets caught, as opposed to just getting shot, in which case, what do you do about that? He could just die.
You'll have a better chance if you go after the Ambassador's computer.
I was hoping you'd say that. The Ambassador has made this personal. You ready to get the hell off this station, Commander?
Let's do it.
I'll take care of the lockdown. You get down to the Normandy and tell Joker to stand by.
Time to get the fuck out of here.
In a further development in the Eden Prime investigation, the Council has reportedly revoked the Spectre status of one of its operatives. While the unnamed operative has not yet been apprehended, a Council spokesman confirmed that corrective actions had been taken. Treaty negotiations between the Alliance and the Solarian Republic have finally concluded. Solarians praised the openness and flexibility of Alliance negotiators in pursuing a deal that benefited both sides. The deal was brokered by new Alliance negotiator Thomas Kent after his mentor Elias Keeler withdrew, citing health reasons.
What in the world? Like, I understand this is recapping on side quest outcomes, but like, this is my last elevator ride of the entire game, but it was like a minute after I just got that guy to quit drugs. Like, they couldn't have done negotiations already and then also had it reported on. That there shouldn't even be a recording for an elevator ride recording that side quest, because that side quest cannot be resolved in time. It's impossible. This is the end of the free roam of the game. We're going in for the climax now. Like, I don't know why they recorded that audio. It doesn't make sense for it to ever be heard by the player. What? Pew! Codex entry. Inspecting the Normandy. It would give me experience if I hadn't already hit the cap. By the way, money cap, grenades cap, and health and medkit cap, I think that's 9.9, and then 9.999 on money, and maximum experience. I think the metagel cap is 9.99, or it could be 9.999. I'm not sure. I got bored turn stuff into metagel over and over again, and just sold everything else because it was faster, because it's such a slow process. But I could have hit the cap there too, otherwise. And all the numbers would just be capped out in this game, which would be pretty comical at that point.
Stand by, shore party. Decontamination in progress.
I still love this. I still love this ship boarding and getting off thing. I actually thought it was boring 10 years ago, but now I think it's neat.
Anderson? What are you doing here? I didn't send...
Go. Get us out of here, Joker. Now.
Keith David's gonna knock you the fuck out. How cathartic is that? It's so cathartic. Fuck that guy. Alright, so I think we actually get... I think we get free roam now, technically? Yeah. I think so. So I could be wrong, but I don't think the party as a whole will necessarily have new dialogue, but I feel like us escaping Citadel might lead to some dialogue from Joker, so I'm just gonna check really quick.
Aw, damn it, no sign of pursuit? I was hoping the Council would send some ships after us. I was looking forward to putting the Normandy through her paces. Figured I'd get to see what this ship can really do.
Saren's still out there. Maybe we'll get a chance to play hide and seek with Sovereign.
You know, it doesn't seem like much fun when you say it, Commander. So you need something?
I have to go.
Alright, see ya.
Alright, see ya. I always feel bad about how abruptly every conversation ends, but everything gets dumped out on the table in this game immediately with the Vrolok syndrome and everything.
Can't believe we stole the Normandy.
I know, right?
I know we'll all be court-martialed if this doesn't work out, but part of me loves this.
Yeah, not only will we be court-martialed, but Anderson will get the death penalty. So let's fucking let's not fuck this up. So I think you might be able to go back to free roam and explore the galaxy right now. Like, I don't think you can go back to the Citadel, but I think you can do whatever you want. But no, we're going to Ilos. Refuge.
Message coming in. Patching it through.
Commander, I'm glad you were in the area. We've got an emergency situation, and you're the only one I can trust to get the job done.
How can I help, Admiral?
Biotic fanatics have hit a medical research station with a psychotropic drug. The drugs have temporarily driven researchers crazy, and the biotics are effectively using them as human shields.
So if I shoot everything that moves, a lot of researchers are gonna die.
Exactly. A normal team could handle the biotics, but a lot of innocent researchers would die during the operation. That's why I contacted you. I'm hoping you can keep the casualties to a minimum.
I'll take the biotics down, Admiral, and I'll try to limit the casualties.
I know you will, Commander. I'm sending you the station coordinates now. Fifth Fleet out.
What? What? Isn't it kind of late for a side quest game? Like really late? Like super late? Besieged base, UNC, get to the medical base. In the Cassius system, the Hades Gamma, that's not even nearby. Why is that triggering now? So I'm looking it up, and on the Wikipedia page it says, this assignment only becomes available when you hit 80% Paragon, or 90% Paragon if you had attained 80% Renegade first. So I got it because I broke past 80% Paragon, apparently. That's obnoxious. Huh. I guess that explains why it triggered now, but this is a super awkward time for a side quest to just show up. Choei, or Kohei. Kohei is a terrestrial planet whose surface is mainly composed of aluminum, with numerous deposits of calcium. Though it has enough mass to retain a dense atmosphere, Kohei is nearly a vacuum. This lack of atmosphere allows a moderate average temperature, but the differences between day and night are extreme. The surface of Kohei Sunwell, this is just going to keep going. The Serta Foundation has established a research outpost in Kohei to investigate the native subterranean life of Kohei, which shows incredible resilience to extremes of heat and cold. 0 atmospheres of pressure. I just hit B instead of A. God damn it. God damn it. Here we go. Just when I think I'm done with my quest, they keep pulling me back in. Let's get practice with Liara and Rex. I think I'm gonna be using them on the final mission anyway. An interesting note about the meeting with the Humanity First groups and stuff like that is that I think you're basically forced to encounter those characters with an alien in your party. Because at this point, Kaidan and Ashley, in case it wasn't clear, Kaidan and Ashley are the characters that have to be in the party when you get to the, here we go. I mean, those are the characters that have to be, you have to use Kaidan and Ashley on those 2 positions where you choose one or the other to kill. Like, you can't just put anyone there. It's very much a choice between those 2 specifically. There's the science base. So because of that, one of them's dead, which means you can't have a full party of humans anymore. So unless you're somehow going around with incomplete parties, which, like I said before, I haven't even tested to see if you can. You're forced to have 1 or 2 aliens in your party in those moments, making those exchanges extra awkward. Like, wait, hey Commander Shepard, we're here to talk to you about how humanity is important to put first, and that you should ignore everybody else. I see you have a Turian and a Krogan next to you. I'm just gonna blatantly talk past that fact. I'm not deranged. I have no self-awareness about what I'm doing and saying directly to people's faces. And all that jazz. I figure we'll do this mission because I've done all the other ones. Why quit now? It's an awkward time to do it. That it just happened to show up right now, but it's because of my indecisive split approach to morality in these games, where I don't just go. I'm not just a goody two-shoe the entire playthrough, which means that I don't get the maxed out Paragon as quickly as other players would have. I mean, look how close it is to being maxed out despite all the Renegade I got. You can max that out really early. Take down the terrorists, but remember to check your targets. The civilians are so addled by the drug, they'll wander right into the middle of a firefight. Yeah. We'll see how this goes, huh? We've had severely mixed results with our party members as far as not shooting people goes. You'll remember what happened when I tried to, shotgun? You'll remember what happened when I tried to, use my freaking, when I tried to go through the Pharos camp without killing everybody. I'm gonna just ignore gear. The game's over. So I'm just gonna ignore old boxes I find, unless they're, first aid stations, obviously. What are you? Terrorist. I killed a researcher already. That's a good start for me. I will destroy you! Ow.
I will destroy you.
Wow. You guys aren't in a good mood, are you? Oh, they're dead. Where are you? There's one more, like, right here, right? Hi there. I'm gonna put you in stasis real quick. Because you need to calm your shit. He recovered faster than expected. There we go. Everyone alright? We all okay? Where is everyone? I can't even see where these hostages are. That I'm supposed to not be killing, apparently. The enemy is everywhere! Holy crap. Like, it's already bad chatter because of how stupid it sounds. The enemy is everywhere, I will destroy you! The enemy is everywhere, I'll destroy you! Like, that stuff all sounds stupid already, but, the frequency at which they say it's amazing. Where they'll say it 3 times in a row in a fight. You cleared the facility. Civilian losses were tolerable. Evolution of humanity, huh? Those biotics didn't seem that different from the other scum you deal with. Oh, relatively quick cleanup there. Oh, there's one of the scientists. There we go. There's one scientist there. I didn't even see the one I killed. In fact, I mostly never saw them at all throughout the mission. They're practically secrets. Hidden away in various corners. Alright, that does not make it easy. Are there more of them in here? Wow, so it's real hard to kill all of them then if they're going to be stashed away in corners of the map like this where you'd never see them. God damn, Rex, you look amazing. Alright, back out we go.
Message coming in. Patching it through.
Good work, Commander. You took down the biotics with minimal collateral damage.
I'm sorry we lost some of the researchers, Admiral. The biotics knew what they were doing.
Nobody could have gotten out of there with fewer innocent lives lost. You saved a lot of lives today, Commander. Fifth Fleet out.
Now, I want you guys to pay attention as this happens. If you haven't played Mass Effect before, but maybe saw my playthrough of, Dragon Age Inquisition? Now I'm trying to remember, did I actually can't remember if I've touched on this before or not, but, I was ultimately very... I don't know if it was true in the moment or not, but I ultimately came down to being pretty disappointed by the ending of Inquisition, which I will not spoil here. But it's abrupt and kind of comes out of nowhere, and it lacks proper development and pacing to make it feel like a satisfying ending. And I'm saying that now because Mass Effect, for all of its faults, Mass Effect 1 in particular was like something that was celebrated in at the time, and especially as being quite possibly the best last 90 minutes of any game ever. A lot of people were really into this. It has a really fucking good ending by most standards. I'm excited. Ilos. In the golden age of the Protheans, Ilos was a verdant world dotted with the spires and arches of magnificent cities. Even casual observation shows this is no longer the case. Ilos has been devastated by means unknown. Its entire surface changed to the color of rust. The atmosphere shows heightened levels of oxygen. Wildfires, presumably ignited by lightning strikes, can be seen burning on the dark side. This indicates that most, if not all, the respirating animal life forms have died off. Surface gravity is a comfortable 1.17 standard Gs.
Shepard, may I speak with you?
I was just thinking about you.
I have been thinking about you too, and what we are about to face. I do not know what is going to happen on Ilos. I hope we will stop Saren, of course, but part of me fears we are already too late. There is something I must tell you, in case we fail.
We're not going to fail. I promise.
Please, I am not looking for comfort. Saren might already have the conduit. It is time to be completely honest with each other. These could be our last moments together. Our last chance to show each other how we feel. I want this to be special.
We don't have to do this. Not unless you're sure.
I have never been more sure of anything in my life. Will you join with me, Shepard? Let our bodies and minds unite.
I thought you'd never ask.
By the goddess. That was incredible, Shepard.
Shepard watches you sleep. I can't help but get flashbacks to that goddamn interview on Fox News where Jeff Keighley is being interviewed by somebody who's never played Mass Effect and their opposing expert is somebody else who's never played Mass Effect, and they're talking about how Mass Effect is a porn game, basically. And that kids can live out their sexual fantasies, even though it's a game that's very explicitly made for adults, not for tiny children. And also look at that sex scene, because that's what the sex scene looks like. Seriously, daytime television's worse than that. And that's one of the things that made me realize that was my first moment that opened my eyes to how untrustworthy just news media in general can be. And I've kept my eye on a lot of news outlets ever since then. And yeah, whenever they talk about anything I know about, be it video games or geology or just anything that I am relatively knowledgeable about, I see how every single article that's published about those kinds of topics just tends to be dead wrong. And then I realize, oh, cool. That's the level of accuracy that news outlets have for everything I don't know about. So, time to stop getting my information from as many of those people as I can, because that's super dangerous. If they're that reckless with the information I know about, then that's my litmus test for knowing that they're full of shit all the other time too. Yeah, everyone knows that Mass Effect's a porn game, and not like an RPG Odyssey with tons of shooting and freaking diplomacy and sci-fi, Star Wars-y, Star Trek goodness, and then one very, very, very tame suggested sex scene at the end that only happens after specific decisions are made. But no, yeah, it's a porn game. That's what it is. Thanks, Fox News.
Amazing.
5 minutes ETA to the Mu relay.
I had better go. Duty calls. You would not want to keep Joker waiting. Shepard, whatever happens on Ilos, I just wanted to say thank you for everything.
Commander? We've got company.
Have their sensors picked us up yet?
Well, stealth systems are engaged. Unless we get close enough for a visual, they won't have any idea we're here.
Picking up some strange readings from the planet's surface.
Take us down, Joker. Lock in on the coordinates.
Negative on that, Commander. The nearest landing zone's 2 clicks away.
We'll never make it in time on foot. Get us something closer.
There is nowhere closer. I've looked.
Drop us in the Mako.
You need at least 100 meters of open terrain to pull off a drop like that. The most I can find near Saren is 20.
20 meters? No way we can make a drop in there.
We have to try.
Find another landing zone!
There is no other landing zone!
The descent angle's too steep.
It's our only option.
It's not an option, it's a suicide run. We don't...
I can do it.
Joker?
I can do it.
Gear up and head down to the Mako. Joker, drop us right on top of that bastard.
We have to get inside this bunker before Saren finds the conduit. There is no way we're getting past that door with brute force.
Saren found some way to open it. There must be some kind of security override somewhere in this complex.
We will have to find some way to get it up and running again.
Well, isn't that immediately deflating? Bastards. Joker pulls off the throw of the century, and then we get dumped directly in front of a door that they managed to open they managed to close right at the last second, totally undoing our efforts. Not entirely, but to an extent that is not insubstantial. I love the shotgun. It's so stupid. I love it. Hi. Oh, I kind of missed there, didn't I? You're gonna go for a trip. I just need to get in close. Oh, there's one over here. There's one over here. Gotcha. I love it. I love that I have a gun where basically a siren goes off every time I use it. It's like the gun itself can't handle what I'm doing to it, basically. We just need to hit this guy with everything we've got. And knock it on its ass a little bit? Sure can. It's about to go down. There we go. There we go. Hoo-hoo. Incoming shots. Little stasis wouldn't hurt here. I'll just take advantage of the stasis for a moment. Ah, there it goes. Let's lift it for a bit. Buy us a little time. There we go. When an enemy's that hard to take down, it just comes down to just buying time as much as you can. So I'll try to go through this quickly. I'm gonna ignore all the loot because it's meaningless at this point. So I'll just be going for I'll only be exploring for interaction points and anything that's important. Because I don't give a crap at this point about how many crates they want to throw my way. There's an elevator here. There's a courtyard with another elevator here. Doesn't this elevator doesn't work, does it? I feel like this is a circular design, right? That's exactly what it is. Okay, other elevator it is. I don't necessarily have a go-to character to use as my second slot, so I went with Rex just because I like Rex, because he's very hard to take down, so he's a great party member to have around. He's a tank that can use magic. It's pretty great. Liara's an obvious choice for a story perspective character to bring along, because this is a Prothean ruin planet, and she's the Prothean expert, so if anyone's going to have anything to say about that, it's going to be her. There are questions to be had about what the fuck I'm looking at here, huh? It looks like a husk. Looks a lot like a husk. Also, it looks like a human husk, which raises questions about what in the world a Prothean looks like. Yeah, why do they look like that, you gotta wonder. Anybody around? Oh, they're all around. They're everywhere. Okay. 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 Hello, friends. I'll get right back to you. Single file, please. Oh, it's crowded around here. Did I miss you somehow? That's unfortunate. Let's put you in stasis real quick. Oh, he's floating. That's great. Got him. Got him in midair. Where are you guys? Oh, what is that? Was that a guy? Oh, there you guys are. I can hit you from here. Look at him go. Yay. Flying away. Going on a fun trip is what he's going on. It's an elevator? Oh. Find out where it goes. I can't get over what Rex looks like. Oh, right. That reminds me. Do-do-do-do. What are you, fucking suicidal, guys? Come on. Wear helmets when people are shooting you. Did I just get up to where those guys were just... Yep. I'm where they were. Was there a reason to come up here? Did I just waste my... I just wasted my time. It's just a loot crate. Crap. Crap. My bad. I see elevator, I just immediately think that's progress, because it has been approximately 90% of the time so far. Up here, I'm sure. Oops. Some bad footing for a moment there. Friends! Where are you guys at? Actually, seriously, where are the bad guys? Hi. Oh. Got one. How am I making money for every kill? This game gives you money for no reason. Look at those trees. Murder trees. Why does... This planet just looks angry. Just in general. Your armor! Ah! Your armor! Unfortunately, that's like evil Krogan army, like, Reaper slave armor, technically.
This place still has power. It must be running off its own generator.
This must be the command center for the entire complex. Saren's troops must have sealed the doors from here after he went inside. We will have to figure out how to disengage the security lockdown if we ever want to get inside that bunker.
Who's here? So this place is evidence of what happens, presumably, assuming they even got here, of what happens when your planet gets wiped out by the Reapers, presumably, because the Protheans were wiped out by the Reapers, as far as we understand, and this place is like constantly rusting and on fire and just demolished. I have no powers right now. They must have used neural shock or something to get rid of my powers. Well, that wasn't very helpful. Geth Prime. I'm working on him. Okay, I need to use a barrier. Heal the party. I can't heal the party. We're on cooldown. Can Liara use a barrier? Yes, she can. Why did she not immediately use a barrier earlier? Let's put some random person in stasis, and I'll put somebody in stasis. Just to reduce the number of combatants we're dealing with right now, which is too many. It's mostly just too many of them at the moment. And I'm about to be able to heal. There we go. Throw a grenade. This guy is no joke. Make him stop shooting us for a moment. There we go. That's progress. Oh, we both used pushing the same guy. Well, he's screwed. Start blowing you up. There we go. Oh, he's in trouble. Got him. Anyone left? Alright, that turned around really quickly. Are we getting metagel from all these kills? Because I have 9 metagel again, despite everything. Which feels odd. Double check the map real quick. This is the security room. Is there a computer for me to interact with? There's a crate. Oh, maybe up here. I need to disable the security system, so that might be what I do right up here. Okay, that's weird. That's weird how that's the same computers. It looks just like the computers we've seen everywhere else.
Come, Saren already has a head start. We have to go find him before he reaches the conduit.
Unless he's already found it, then we're just walking into a trap.
That is a chance we will have to take.
Hold on. Something's happening.
Too late. Unable to... Invading fleets. No escape.
Sounds like some kind of message, but I don't recognize the language.
It is probably in Prothean. This recording must be 50,000 years old. No wonder we cannot understand it.
The message is all broken up, but I recognize some of the words. It's a warning against the Reaper invasion.
Of course. Between the beacons and the cipher, an understanding of the Prothean language would have been transferred into your mind.
Not safe. Seek refuge inside the archives.
What's it saying? Can you make out anything useful?
Fought Reapers. The Citadel. Overwhelmed. Only hope. Act of desperation. The Conduit. All is lost.
It said something about the Conduit, but it's too degraded to help. We should go.
Cannot be stopped. Cannot be stopped.
Doesn't bode well for us. We also continue to not know what exactly Protheans look like, because there's our one chance at seeing one. It's a holographic representation of one, and it's clearly just completely destroyed. Well, that was pointless. Welcome to the third floor of this structure. Featuring, nothing. Absolutely nothing. We did it. This place is a mess. So it was a civilization. Everyone here is dead, and it's all being overtaken by nature, but then it seems like other elements are not going so great for the planet either, though, because everyone alive on this planet seems to be dead, and now it's only plant-like life forms left at this point. I do find myself wishing you could customize colors on your characters. You just have to pick a gear type, and then the colors just kind of come with it. In particular, I've had a tendency to have two characters that are in one color and one person that's in a second color, and it always looks weirdly off-center. Specifically, I often have two characters in red. Ever since I got this one in particular. So I should be able to get back through the door that was locked when we first got here. But the problem is now Saren has a head start, because presumably nothing's really blocking his path, and so all the time I've spent going through here, he's spent making clear progress. Can I use the Mako? Yeah. But I think he might be on foot, so this actually kind of makes up for some of it.
I have spent my life studying the Protheans, but I never dreamed I would discover anything like this. This bunker might have been the last refuge of their entire species. Just imagine what mysteries it might hold. Imagine what secrets it might reveal.
Hey, try to remember why we're here. Saren, the Conduit, the fate of the entire known galaxy.
I am sorry. I was swept up in the moment. I just hope we have the opportunity to study this place in detail after this is done.
I thought Saren would have set some kind of trap or ambush for us. They must have been in too much of a hurry.
Or we just have yet to run into it.
I was going slow on purpose, just because I didn't want to risk any sort of cutoff of conversation. Look at this place.
What are all those things on the wall? Some kind of containers?
They look like stasis pods. The Protheans probably tried to keep themselves alive through cryogenic freezing. Something must have gone wrong.
Got cut off anyway, didn't it? Ah! Yeah, that dialogue just doesn't fit the size of this hallway, unfortunately. Stop shooting at me. So she thinks that all these pods feature Protheans inside. It's kind of a big find, isn't it? Hi there. Why am I still making money? Who's paying me for killing Geth in the moment? The Geth? Are they just made of money? Is this Scott Pilgrim? Such a visually striking location. It almost feels like a weird, like a Ghost in the Shell location, actually.
What is happening?
It's a trap! Saren must have set an ambush.
I do not think Saren is behind this.
So now we're trapped between two barriers. Like some kind of Phantom Menace Jedi. And we need to hurry up or Qui-Gon's going to die in a stupid way. What's over here? So Liara thinks that this isn't a Saren trap, which kind of makes sense because nothing's shooting at us, although it is blocking our path, and maybe he doesn't need to kill us anyway, just interrupt our progress and then we're fine.
I've studied the Protheans for decades, but I have never felt this sense of foreboding. What will we find down there?
Don't get your hopes up. The only thing we can depend on right now is ourselves.
Studied the Protheans for decades and never found your way here, huh?
You are not Prothean, but you are not machine either. This eventuality was one of many that was anticipated. This is why we sent our warning through the beacons.
Looks like some kind of VI program. Pretty badly damaged.
I do not sense the taint of indoctrination upon any of you. Unlike the other that passed recently, perhaps there is still hope.
This is incredible. An actual Prothean VI, and I can understand it.
I have been monitoring your communications since you arrived at this facility. I have translated my output into a format you will comprehend. My name is Vigil. You are safe here for the moment, but that is likely to change. Soon, nowhere will be safe.
Are you some kind of artificial intelligence program?
I am an advanced non-organic analysis system with personality imprints from Kesad Aishan, Chief Overseer of the Ilos Research Facility.
Why did you bring me here?
You must break a cycle that has continued for millions of years. But to stop it, you must understand, or you will make the same mistakes we did. The Citadel is the heart of your civilization and the seat of government, as it was with us, and as it has been with every civilization that came before us. But the Citadel is a trap. The station is actually an enormous mass relay, one that links to dark space, the empty void beyond the galaxy's horizon. When the Citadel relay is activated, the Reapers will pour through, and all you know will be destroyed.
How come nobody ever noticed the Citadel was an inactive mass relay?
The Reapers are careful to keep the greatest secrets of the Citadel hidden. That is why they created a species of seemingly benign organic caretakers. The Keepers maintain the station's most basic functions. They enable any species that discovers the Citadel to use it without fully understanding the technology. Reliance on the Keepers ensures no other species will ever discover the Citadel's true nature, not until the relay is activated and the Reapers invade.
How do the Reapers survive out in dark space?
We have only theories. The researchers here came to believe the Reapers enter prolonged states of inactivity to conserve energy. This allows them to survive the thousands and thousands of years it takes for organic civilization to rebuild itself. But in this state, they are vulnerable. By retreating beyond the edges of the galaxy, they ensure no one will accidentally discover them. They keep their existence hidden until the Citadel relay is activated.
So this is some chilling stuff and big revelations about that place. So, the Keepers seemed awfully off-putting and weird and creepy from the get-go, because they're a weird insect race that nobody talks to, nobody understands, but it maintains the entire Citadel in total silence, and you're not allowed to touch them or they self-destruct? Like, that's already a crazy concept. And now we finally get our explanation. The Keepers are some sort of weird semi-organic thing placed by the Reapers to maintain the Citadel as an elaborate trap. The insect-like creatures are part of this whole spider web that kills civilization after civilization. They're probably mindless, or relatively mindless. They're probably very automated and instinct-driven, or following instructions. They might even be borderline. In fact, it's very likely that they're partially or entirely cybernetic or enhanced by cybernetics to make them behave in specific patterns and make them reliable for such very long periods of times, because the Reapers needed them to do exactly what they need them to do. But they've basically been the enemy the entire time. The Keepers are part of the bad guys. They're probably not malicious, because they probably don't know what they're doing or even know anything, but they are a force of evil in this universe from our perspective. And the Reapers, geez. So they warp out into the far reaches of the galaxy where nobody will ever find them, out in the darkness. That's what they mean by the far reaches, beyond the edges of the galaxy. Like, they go past all the stars and all the actual locations, just into darkness, beyond, where there's nothing. And they just wait and wait. No one will find them, so no one will kill them, and so they'll be safe. And then they wake up just in time for the next galactic civilization to be properly active again, and then they just warp directly to the Citadel, because the Citadel is a giant mass relay, more powerful than any of the other mass relays that are for relatively shorter distance jumps. So all the Reapers out in the distance of space they get the relay activated, and they just warp right into the Citadel, and they take out the core of civilization, and a great war ensues where they slowly wipe out everybody one by one until another civilization is long gone, and they repeat forever. And you might be wondering why exist like that? Why bother? And it's because they're machines. It's because they're AI. It's because they just have patterns to follow. They have rules. They just decided that this is the way to go. It's not about enjoyment or getting a good life while you have it and then dying eventually or anything like that. It's just, no. Our programming dictates that this is the best way to handle the situation. All sentient things are clearly the enemy, so they have to be wiped out, and this is a consistent system that works, so they just stick to it. In a way, they don't have it's a means to an end, but also they don't really have an end. It's just an endless pattern they do because they can and will, and you can't reason with them because any attempts to reason with them would have, every possible variation would have expired long ago. Everyone's had a chance to try, for sure.
The Reapers can wipe out the Council and the entire Citadel fleet in a single surprise attack.
That was our fate. Our leaders were dead before we even realized we were under attack. The Reapers seized control of the Citadel, and through it, the mass relays. Communication and transportation across our empire were crippled. Each star system was isolated, cut off from the others. Easy prey for the Reaper fleets. Over the next decades, the Reapers systematically obliterated our people. World by world, system by system, they methodically wiped us out.
It's absolutely brutal. So they take out the core of the mass relays, a thing that everyone has learned to use to rely on to make society possible, and then what's left of you? Every alien race would have a homeworld somewhere, so that's probably the toughest location for each society. But aside from that, everyone's got colonies and stuff like that. Like when we did the Bringing Down the Sky mission, where they're trying to crash that meteor into that colony to wipe out the first and biggest human colony that's not on Earth. Like, those locations would be what the Reapers are taking out, and those locations, because of the death of mass relays, would be no longer connected to all of the other worlds and all the other places. Not only could they not communicate with each other properly, because communication is handled via comm buoys that are attached to the mass relays, but they couldn't travel, so everyone's just stuck in whatever random pocket of society that they were in when their entire communication and transportation place shut down. It's like the It's like when you deal with fiction that involves apocalypse scenarios with like a zombie outbreak or technological destruction where all technology suddenly dies, those kinds of weird apocalyptic fantasies where all the planes go down. So if you were on a trip to Boston that weekend, congratulations, you live in Boston now for whatever's left of your life, because you can't just fly back to Europe or wherever the fuck you were before you flew there, and suddenly you're just there, and the rest of the world almost doesn't exist in a way. And that's real convenient for the Reapers. They just organize and slowly and methodically wipe everybody out, cruelly and thoroughly and endlessly, because they're AI. They don't have a reason to stop or change their behavior, and they'll just keep going because it works. It's a mess.
The war was lost. If you'd surrendered, they might have let you live.
No offer of surrender was ever given. Our enemy had a single goal: the extinction of all advanced organic life. Through the Citadel, the Reapers had access to all our records, maps, census data. Information is power, and they knew everything about us. Their fleets advanced across every settled region of the galaxy. Some worlds were utterly destroyed. Others were conquered, their populations enslaved. These indoctrinated servants became sleeper agents under Reaper control. Taken in as refugees by other Protheans, they betrayed them to the machines. Within a few centuries, the Reapers had killed or enslaved every Prothean in the galaxy. They were relentless, brutal, and absolutely thorough.
Here's an obvious question that hasn't necessarily been posed yet. We talk about the Protheans like they're one group of people, but our Citadel races, we've got a ton of Citadel races. We also have a whole bunch of non-Citadel races, all the people that are not part of, they're not Council races, I mean, but they're not part of Council space, and they're exterior to that. There's tons of advanced races in the Mass Effect universe, and yet when we talk about the past, we just talk about the Protheans. So it seems like that suggestion there might be that it feels like there would potentially be a whole bunch of different aliens at the time, and maybe we're just collectively calling all of them Protheans. So then even if these weird statues we're seeing here might be representative of the people that lived on this specific planet or took refuge on this specific planet, there still might be a whole bunch of different other alien races that are just all being called collectively Prothean because we have nothing else to call them, but look and act completely different all across space from that era and beyond.
I don't understand. Where did the Reapers go after they conquered your people?
Our worlds were stripped bare, harvested by the indoctrinated slaves. Everything of value, all resources, all technology was taken. Certain that all advanced organic life had been extinguished, the Reapers retreated back through the Citadel relay into dark space, sealing it behind them. All evidence of the Reaper invasion had been wiped away. Only their indoctrinated slaves were left behind, abandoned. Mindless husks, no longer capable of independent thought, the indoctrinated soon starved or died of exposure. The genocide of the Protheans was complete.
What do the Reapers get out of this? Why do they keep repeating this pattern of genocide over and over?
The Reapers are alien, unknowable. Perhaps they need slaves or resources. More likely they are driven by motives and goals organic beings cannot hope to comprehend. In the end, what does it matter? Your survival depends on stopping them, not in understanding them.
You said you brought me here for a reason. Tell me what I need to do.
The Conduit is the key. Before the Reapers attacked, we Protheans were on the cusp of unlocking the mysteries behind mass relay technology. Ilos was a top-secret facility. Here, researchers worked to create a small-scale version of a mass relay, one that linked directly to the Citadel, the hub of the relay network.
The Conduit is not a weapon. It is a backdoor onto the Citadel.
How did you manage to stay hidden?
All official records of our project were destroyed in the initial attack on the Citadel. While the Prothean Empire came crashing down, Ilos was spared. We severed all communication with the outside, and our facility went dark. The personnel retreated underground into these archives. To conserve resources, everyone was put into cryogenic stasis. I was programmed to monitor the facility and wake the staff when the danger had passed. But the genocide of an entire species is a long, slow process. Years passed, decades, centuries. The Reapers persisted, and my energy reserves were dwindling.
How did you survive?
I began to disable the life support of non-essential personnel. First support staff, then security. One by one, their pods were shut down to conserve energy. Eventually, only the stasis pods of the top scientists remained active. Even these were in danger of failing when the Reapers finally retreated back through the Citadel relay.
There were hundreds of stasis pods out there. You just shut them down? You killed them?
You were programmed to protect them, not kill them.
This outcome was not completely unforeseen. My actions were a result of contingency programming entered on my creation.
I bet they didn't tell the non-essential staff about this contingency.
I saved key personnel. When the Reapers retreated, the top researchers were still alive. My actions are the only reason any hope remains. When the researchers woke, they realized the Prothean species was doomed. There were only a dozen individuals left, far too few to sustain a viable population. Yet they vowed to find some way to stop the Reapers from returning. A way to break the cycle forever. And they knew the Keepers were the key.
I still don't understand what's going on here. Why is Saren trying to find the Conduit?
The Conduit gives him access to the Citadel and the Keepers. The Keepers are controlled by the Citadel. Before each invasion, a signal is sent through the station compelling the Keepers to activate the Citadel relay. After decades of feverish study, the scientists discovered a way to alter this signal. Using the Conduit, they gained access to the Citadel and made the modifications. This time, when Sovereign sent the signal to the Citadel, the Keepers ignored it. The Reapers are trapped in dark space.
Saren can use the Conduit to bypass all the Citadel's external defenses.
Correct. And once inside, he can transfer control of the station to Sovereign. Sovereign will override the Citadel systems and manually open the relay, and the cycle of extinction will begin again.
I'll stop Saren. Just tell me how.
There's a data file in my console. Take a copy when you go. When you reach the Citadel's master control unit, upload it to the station. It will corrupt the Citadel's security protocols and give you temporary control of the station. It might give you a chance against Sovereign.
Wait, where's the Citadel's master control unit? I've never heard of anything like that.
Through the Conduit. Follow Saren. He will lead you to your destination.
What happened to the survivors from the Conduit project?
They used the Conduit to gain access to the Citadel, but the Conduit is only a prototype. The portal only links in one direction, so they were trapped on the station. I do not know what became of them then. It is unlikely they found any food or water on the station. I fear they suffered a slow, grim death. I only know they succeeded in their mission to seal the relay. Your presence here proves their sacrifice was not in vain.
If the Reapers are trapped in dark space, how did Sovereign get here?
It is logical to assume the Reapers would leave one of their own behind after each extinction. A sentinel to pave the way for their inevitable return. Like those in dark space, Sovereign probably spent most of the last 50,000 years in a state of hibernation. Periodically, it would wake to analyze the situation. Keeping its existence hidden, it would evaluate the state of galactic civilization. And when the time was right, it would signal the Citadel and usher in the next Reaper invasion. But this time the signal failed. The Keepers did not respond. Sovereign's allies were trapped in the void. Alone, it was forced to try and discover what had gone wrong.
Sovereign's the largest ship in the galaxy. Why all this secret? Why not just attack the Citadel?
Sovereign is not invincible. Revealing its true nature would have united the forces of every organic species against it. Even a Reaper couldn't survive such odds. But the Reapers are patient. They will not rush into the unknown. Sovereign could have been planning this for centuries, moving deliberately, gathering allies. Slowly, it has assembled the pieces of the puzzle, working through agents to keep itself hidden. Saren is the most visible pawn of the Reapers, but I doubt he was the first. Now Sovereign has grown bold. Whether from confidence or desperation, I cannot say. But it is determined to reopen the portal to dark space.
What about the beacon on Eden Prime? And the one on Vermeer? What were they for?
At our apex, the beacons spanned the breadth of our empire. We used them as a single galaxy-wide network to transmit data and communications rapidly from world to world. Virtually all the beacons were destroyed during the invasion, but once the Reapers were gone, the survivors here on Ilos decided to risk sending out a message. We knew it was unlikely there were other survivors, but if there were, we wanted them to know about Ilos. We wanted to give them hope, so a message was sent across the network.
You could have exposed yourself to the Reapers.
In truth, we didn't expect any of the beacons would still function, but we had to try. If there were survivors, we had to reach them. The message was meant for our own people. It was coded so only organic beings could interpret it. We still didn't understand the power of Reaper indoctrination. We never realized it could lead an agent of the machines, like Saren, to this world. But it has also led you here. So perhaps we did not fail after all.
So when the Reapers created the Citadel, they created the Keepers as well?
A more likely scenario is that the Keepers were one of the early harvested civilizations. Perhaps the very first. Perhaps they responded well to indoctrination, or the Reapers simply bred them to be obedient. In any case, they were left behind to operate and maintain the Citadel. But the Keepers are no longer directly controlled by Sovereign or its ilk. They evolved so that they only respond to the signals emitted by the Citadel itself. When the Protheans altered the Citadel signals, they broke Sovereign's hold over the Keepers. Now, they are completely harmless.
Sovereign must have realized organic races were difficult to control.
A likely hypothesis. The Keepers evolved in an unanticipated direction. Non-organic servants like the Geth would be more predictable.
If the Reapers are trapped in dark space, how did Sovereign get...
It is logical.
Whoopsie, my bad.
Saren's got enough of a head start. Grab that data file and let's go.
Shepard, are you sure? Who knows how much longer Vigil will be here? Even now the projection is weak. This might be our only chance to speak with it, our only link to the knowledge of the Protheans. It is the opportunity of a lifetime.
We're in a race to save the galaxy and you want to play Q&A with a hologram?
You are right. I am sorry. My personal feelings clouded my judgment. We should go.
The one you call Saren has not reached the Conduit. Not yet. There is still hope if you hurry.
That was more, that was perhaps more, judgmental than I meant for it to be. I was just like, no, it's time to go. We're done asking questions, is what I was going for, basically. And she's like, you want to play Q&A with a hologram? I'm like, well, you just did. Like, let's not be hypocritical here. That's not really what I was going for. So this is interesting, because we're breaking the cycle.
Their culture, all their advanced technology, and the Protheans were taken in by the Reapers just as we were. They failed.
I've got no intention of ending up like them.
This is interesting because it's the usual plot line of the breaking the cycle. Like, this one thing happens over and over again to all of existence, and we're gonna stop it this time. But there's an important distinction, which is that this time around, unlike oftentimes told in the story, we're not the ones breaking... Well, we are the ones breaking the cycle, but we're not the ones that made it possible to break the cycle. It was specifically the last generation that made it possible. Normally, all the Reapers show up all at once, simultaneously at the Citadel, wiping out absolutely everyone. Boom. The end. And then centuries of genocide follow, and there's nothing you can do about it. But it was the Protheans that sealed that. They stopped the dark space mass relay. The Citadel has been disabled. That changes everything. That's the whole reason why we're fighting Sovereign right now in the first place, is that he's the only Reaper here, and he's trying to open the door to everyone else, where normally he doesn't have to. So everything's been recontextualized as a result. So we have the Protheans to thank for absolutely everything, or at least the Protheans on Ilos at the very least. Oh, there we go. I was like, I don't remember this mission ending on foot. God damn it. That was unfortunate. That's what I get for missing my turn. Welcome to my Mako 72 point turn. I hope you're buckled in. Ah. Oh my goodness, you are behaving interestingly today, aren't you? Physics. Bed of Chaos Descent, go! We need to defeat the Witch of Izalith by sliding down this slope into... Seriously, what the hell, though? How much does this resemble the Bed of Chaos boss fight? Going down a slope with tree branches everywhere? That's weird. That's so weird. Almost to the point where I almost have to wonder if there's some kind of subconscious... Hey guys, sorry, I'm in a hurry. I almost have to wonder if Dark Souls took some sort of subconscious inspiration from Mass Effect 1 to an extent. Just, that's such a weirdly specific visual, like everything's brown, you're sliding down a slope, and everything looks like chaotic tree branches everywhere, and you're headed towards the thing that is like the core of the story in a weird way. There's some weird stuff going on there. Am I going this way? No, I'm not. There's no, as far as I can tell, there's no reason to fight the Geth here, besides satisfaction, I guess. But they don't give me experience or money, and they're in my way. And story-wise, we're in a hurry to get to Saren as fast as possible before the Citadel gets wiped out, which kind of kills our motivation to interact. Oh god, first-person driving. Aha. Gotcha. The crazy thing about first-person driving is that it's first-person from the cannon on top of it. So I'm aiming with the cannon in first person while driving with the left stick, but it's not tank controls. I think this is it. Oh yeah.
There, the conduit. It's incredible.
We don't have time to admire the view. We have to get through that relay, and these Geth aren't going to make it easy on us.
Abandon the Citadel! Evacuate the Council! Citadel Control! Citadel Control, do you copy?
Shit's fucked! Everything's fucked. There's also an awkward time to pause. Feels like we should have gotten to the Conduit first, and then they could have shown all that, and then show us arrive. But here we go. Oh, here we go. Ah! Ah! Bad guys everywhere. So, that really shows how huge a Reaper is. Those are all the Geth dropships we've seen throughout the entire game, and they look like flies compared to them.
Critical failures detected across across all monitored systems. Please begin emergency evacuation.
Poor Avina, you've worked so hard. Oh, medical kit. How are we doing on health? We're doing fine, so I don't need the medical kit. I just want to point out, I like that the Mako is incorporated into the story at the end of the game. A lot of games will incorporate all these mechanics throughout your playthrough, and then just forget about them for every story mission. But the Mako is used throughout the final, many of the story missions, and even used in this climax scene, even as you get to the Citadel. And it's a fun scene of like, oh look, the Mako's on the ship. So now we have an answer for this thing, this one weird detail. We asked Avina about this before. This is the mass relay monument that was here. It was assumed to be art created by the Protheans, and they were half right. Apparently, despite the fact that this is a several generation situation, this is a Prothean-made mass relay. We always, at the beginning of the playthrough, we assumed every mass relay was Prothean, but this is the only one that's, well, this is one of two that are Prothean. This one and the one that we just came through from Ilos. This was them experimenting with creating this stuff, and that's how we got here. So Protheans both created a problem and a solution for us here, because they broke the cycle by making it so the Reapers can't just invade from dark space, but they also created this during their experimentation, which is the primary this the primary route that Saren has for causing the extinction to happen again, is using this. So there's good and bad coming from pre-existing technology from the Protheans, but fortunately we were able to take it too. Alright, come on off, buddy. He's not dead. Oh, now he's dead. Pew! To shreds, you say? To shreds, you say?
The Presidium is experiencing severe system malfunctions across the entire level. All non-emergency personnel must evacuate immediately.
Give me a rundown of the damage.
We have lost all primary power to the level. Environmental controls are not responding. Class 3 fires are burning in sectors 2, 3, 6, and 7. Civilian casualties are high. I am also detecting numerous unauthorized synthetic life forms throughout the station. They are believed to be hostile. Please approach with caution.
What happened to the Council?
In accordance with standard emergency procedures, the Council has been evacuated to the Destiny Ascension.
What about Captain Anderson and Ambassador Udina? What happened to them?
I have no information on the status of specific individuals. Once the current crisis has been resolved, a complete accounting of casualties and survivors will begin.
Where's Saren?
Former Spectre agent Saren Arturius is nearing the vicinity of the Council chamber. A warrant has been issued for his arrest, though Citadel security is unable to respond at this time.
Come on! We need to stop Saren before it's too late!
Please begin emergency evacuation procedures. This is not a drill.
So that giant star-shaped ship we saw when we got here, when in that previous space view, that was the Ascension. That's where the Council's evacuated to in case of an attack. Well, we have to follow Saren, because he's our only indication of where the hell to go at this point. Because we don't know where the Central Council security is, but we know to chase him. Okay, that's one of my favorite scenes in all of video games right there. Just Shepard be like, alright, well, getting out of the elevator, just hopping on the side of Citadel Tower. And this is going to help us contextualize just how big of a climb this is every time. So there's the Reaper, Sovereign. This is the Citadel. All of its little wings we've seen are all closed. Now it's like a big cocoon, basically. And we've just been casually taking this elevator up and down over and over again throughout the entire game. And it's just been a mild elevator ride where the characters talk to each other. And even a mild annoyance to some players because of the time it takes. But it fills a decent part in the role because that elevator itself is also a plot device. Because now that's an important part of this. That's why this whole level exists because of that elevator now. So even the mildly annoying elevator serves a purpose in this game. Because so many elements of this game are actually tightly woven together from a narrative standpoint, which is so goddamn rare that I appreciate it so much. And that's probably why I'm bothered. That's probably why I'm willing to look past so many of the issues this game has with its stupid inventory and completely nonsensical economy, and the part where you, well, a number of things, like the sort of relatively rapid relationship your characters develop, and various other technical issues and stuff, is that its narrative so surprisingly tight and thought out in a way that is not only uncommon in video games, it's not even always true for BioWare games. Here we go. I think that while I agree with a lot of people who say Mass Effect 2 is likely the overall best story and best gameplay and best game in the franchise, quite possibly, I think that this is the most tightly designed game in the series. From a setting and structure and story standpoint, it gets a lot of things right that not everyone will give it credit for. Much like the game Zenith that I played last year, which is a game that got a lot of things wrong, but I couldn't help but constantly respect for how tight its goddamn story was. That was like a bottom feeder of as far as indie. Well, goodbye. We're hitting peak levels right here of my various powers, just sending people off into space now. Now when I use lift and push, they fly off into that, and we just don't see them again. So they're basically lethal attacks now. But yeah, Zenith was like the bottom of the barrel as far as gameplay goes for indie games. It was a travesty of a game, but its narrative was so carefully constructed that it was worth looking past everything for that. It's so impressive. And that's important to contextualize why I like Mass Effect so much. Because Mass Effect 1 has so many things working against it, and I've had like 20 hours to explain to you guys in the moment along the way all the various kind of issues this game has, and many of you have experienced it yourself. But if you ever wonder why this story resonates with you a bit when the other ones are more flashy or more extensive or even have more cool character moments and stuff, it's that this one is so goddamn tightly constructed from a narrative standpoint. It has the kind of structure you would expect from a very carefully crafted television series that lasts for 13 to 25 episodes for a season, and then everything wraps together nicely and perfectly and is satisfying all the way along through. Like, this is perhaps the game more than any of the ones in the franchise that really nails it. And I've still never gotten around to Baldur's Gate, but this might be, barring that potential eventuality, this may be the most tightly done BioWare game, period. Despite everything. Let's shoot a Geth dropship. Oh wait, that's not working. Here we go. There's defenses here. Are you gonna shoot it now? Good. Alright. You work on that. I'll head over here. Oh, Omnigel. Haha. Yeah, this is it's been very interesting replaying this game 10 years later and 5 years later, from both perspectives. 10 years after I first played it, but 5 years since I last played it. That it's been both eye-opening and reaffirming at the same time. This game is kind of shit in so many ways, and so amazing in ways that I kind of forgot. and I love it. And it's probably still, despite everything, one of my favorite games. That was weird. That was weird. Like I think he was like moonwalking in midair. I don't think the game thought he was off the ground. I think the game thought he was walking on ground, and that was weird. Let's use a push, metagel, barrier. My rambling distracted me a little bit from my own livelihood, but we'll make it work. And this is a cool action segment. This segment uses it generally uses the strengths of the gameplay that in this, and it puts it all together. It's probably the best action segment in the game, despite everything. Oh god, he's up in my face. Alright, that Geth destroyer needs to go in stasis now. There we go. Let's get right up in there. There we go. Point blank shot definitely worked. I'm just gonna launch you into space now. How you doing, buddy? Pew! Bye! I love that. I love that that works. Because the combat is not the strong suit of the first Mass Effect game by any stretch. But this is the specific segment where everything's working. And it's like a pulse-pounding progress thing. You're constantly running, there's cliffs everywhere to make your powers more meaningful. You're fighting all these different enemies. It's tense. You feel like there's a time limit even though there's not. What does warp do again? I forget. All nearby enemies... Yeah. Oh yeah. Damages things that makes them more vulnerable. Okay. Gotta remind myself a little bit because I think warp is one of the specific abilities that kind of changes over the course of the franchise. There we go. Sometimes you just gotta use this to aim. And that's what I do. That wasn't even prepping a power that time, I just wanted to make sure I could line it up the shot in midair. I love the shotgun, it's so stupid. Hey there. There we go. I'm being shot at by heavy turrets. Working on that. We're working on that too, though. So this is our chance to see turrets up close. We've had the option to fight them in a Mako this entire time, and have wisely done so. But this is a rare case where we have to make do on our own. Bye. And that's what's happening right now. So it's best to keep yourself covered if you can, because if you're behind cover, you're less likely to be hit directly by these things. But you can't always afford that. Let's see, is that another Geth heavy turret? Oh, I missed that completely, didn't I? There we go, you're down. Alright, we'll wait for it to recharge, and I'll try to launch an overload at him. Well, I'll use my powers. Sabotage, if I can. There we go. Carnage. There, that didn't really work out. You don't have a lot of tricks either right now, Rex, and you're healthy right now, you're fine. Let's use Unity, because our partner went down. Just gotta blast it every chance I get. There you go, Rex, good job. Liara's down, so we'll heal. Hey, come up here, buddy. We won't hurt you. Pew! Never gets old. I like that they're playing with gravity too. Like this whole place is slanted and weird. They made a point to make this whole level slanted to remind you that you are walking up the side of a tower, and that things aren't quite normal here. Just in case you fall for thinking you're just going down a normal hallway, because the more you play the level, the more it feels normal. So making a conscious decision to make the whole thing slanted helps remind you how weird the current location is, because you are running straight up a tower, and that shows you how goddamn big a Reaper is, because look at its leg up there. We've been running down the length of a Reaper this entire level. Not on the Reaper itself, but we've been alongside the Reaper in a way that reinforces just how big of a creature it is by comparison, because this entire level takes place over vaguely the size of a Reaper. It makes you realize that you don't want them all fucking getting here, because look how much trouble we're getting in just trying to take care of one of them. I guess people who are waiting for me to gush about this game are definitely getting their moment. It's really the beginning and the end in particular that make me really feel like, oh my god, this is why I like this game, I remember now. Hello. Nope. Shotgun. That's a shotgun. Sure. I believe you. Fly for me. There we go. The biotics really work together with the shotgun very well because it has long durations. It has long pauses between shots, but I can use those moments to I can use powers to make up for those moments, and then be ready in time. Oh yes. He'll be down in a moment here. This is great. This is great. I think we are done here, Liara.
Shepard.
Had to wipe out a few hundred of your followers along the way. Sorry if I kept you waiting.
You've lost. You know that, don't you? In a few minutes, Sovereign will have full control of all the Citadel systems. The relay will open. The Reapers will return.
I'm heading to that master control panel and you can't stop me.
You survived our encounter on Vermeer, but I've changed since then. Improved. Sovereign has upgraded me.
Fancy hardware's not gonna save you.
I suppose I should thank you, Shepard. After Vermeer, I couldn't stop thinking about what you said. About Sovereign manipulating me. About indoctrination. The doubts began to eat away at me. Sovereign sensed my hesitation. I was implanted to strengthen my resolve. Now my doubts are gone. I believe in Sovereign completely. I understand that the Reapers need organics. Join us, and Sovereign will find a place for you, too.
I'd rather die than live like that.
Then you will die. And your companions. Everyone you know and love. Everyone you've ever met. Don't you understand? You will all die. The Reapers can't be stopped. Not by the Protheans. Not by you. The cycle always continues.
The Reapers don't use organics. They devour and discard them. As soon as the conquest is over, you'll be cast aside.
I had no choice. You saw the visions. You saw what happened to the Protheans. Surrender or death. There are no other options.
You could have resisted. You could have fought. Instead, you surrendered. You quit.
Maybe you're right. Maybe there is still a chance for... The implants. Sovereign is too strong. I'm sorry. It is too late for me.
There's still one way to stop this. If you've got the guts.
Goodbye, Shepard. Thank you.
Seriously, how I love Saren as a villain. I love him as a villain. So he realizes his indoctrination's become complete. He realizes how far he's gone in betraying all of society and how he's become the ultimate evil. Not entirely through his own will, although he was a real piece of shit, as we know from his interactions with Anderson before any indoctrination ever happened, presumably. So we know Saren was a piece of shit regardless, but he wasn't this level of evil. Not apocalyptic evil, but he became apocalyptic evil. And if you can break through for just a moment all the way, break past all the hesitations, he sees what he's done, and he shoots himself, and you skip a boss fight. Like, that was a boss fight right there. That was him on a hoverboard fighting you in the council chambers, which is kind of cool, but having him have the character arc come full circle and his realization, and the reason why he did all the lab stuff and everything, having that all come together in his eventual suicide makes so much sense from a character perspective that I don't like ever skipping that option. Also, holy shit, how much Renegade did I just get? Oh, yep, it's getting up there.
Vigil's data file worked. I've got control of all systems.
Quick! Open the station's arms. Maybe the fleet can take Sovereign down before he regains control of the station.
See if you can open a communications channel.
The Destiny Ascension. Main drives offline. Kinetic barriers down 40%. The Council is on board. I repeat, the Council is on board.
Normandy to the Citadel. Normandy to the Citadel. Please tell me that's you, Commander.
I'm here, Joker.
We caught that distress call, Commander. I'm sitting here in the Endura sector with the entire Arcturus fleet. We can save the Ascension. Just unlock the relays around the Citadel and we'll send the cavalry in.
You'd sacrifice human lives to save the Council? What have they ever done for your kind?
This is bigger than humanity. Sovereign is a threat to every organic species in the galaxy.
That's why you can't throw away reinforcements trying to save the Council. Hold them back until the Citadel arms open up and the human fleet can go after Sovereign.
What's the order, Commander? Come in now to save the Ascension, or hold back?
And here's another call. You either save the Council or let the Council die. This is part of that narrative. This is it all coming together. It all kind of meant something. Like all the moments you could interact with the Council or not, all the frustrations they build up with you and the resources they give you, because they give you the resources to do everything you've done in this game, while simultaneously hobbling you at every turn. They're one of your greatest boons and one of your greatest assets simultaneously. And this culminates in you losing a squad member in pursuit of knowledge that they then ignore, causing a lot of this problem in the first place. And then they hit you with all these humanity first groups, all these people that want to further humanity at the cost of others, and they're trying to sway you, and that builds up to this specific decision. Those aren't random side quests. Those side quests are timed at a specific time in order to specifically capitalize on the emotions you may be feeling at that exact moment in the story, and then they culminate in this decision. Because this game's so goddamn carefully crafted from a narrative standpoint, and I love it. God damn it. So, here we go. Save the Council, or let the Council die. Those are your options. There's also Concentrate on Sovereign, which I don't even know what that one means, actually. It's slightly... I think Concentrate on Sovereign is basically another way of saying let the Council die, basically. If I'm not wrong. So, do you preserve as many human lives as possible to make your military as strong as possible, and basically make relationships between the humans and aliens worse, but keep your army strong for what might be a long Reaper assault? Or do you preserve the Ascension and the Council? Which, it's worth noting that those are both there. It's not just the Council. It's not just three aliens on their own, although it is the three aliens themselves. They are the leadership of all of Council space. They are the leadership of everyone. It's basically, hey, we're basically saying save the President right here. And they're a symbol of unity. They're what keeps everyone together. And they might be. It might be worth more to keep them alive than all of those lives. But it's simultaneously, it's also the biggest ship in the entire Council fleet. We've talked about how cool the Normandy is and how it has all these special powers no other ship has, stuff like that. But it's still just a little cruiser. It's not, or a frigate, or whatever we call it. It's not a big ship. It can't get that much done. It just has cool tricks, and it's cool for your Jedi stand-in protagonist to get around space real quick. But the Ascension is basically a giant cannon that looks like it's the size of the moon or something absurd like that. I don't know the actual scale, but it's the biggest thing we've got, and it's a super gun. And it has the Council on it. And you probably know where I'm going to go at this point, because as much as I can totally see why people would want to preserve a human army at the same time, and we don't have a great sense of the scale of loss that'll happen one side or the other, I think that in this kind of situation it's best to preserve any symbol of unity and any we need to show that we're all in this together. Otherwise, we're going to be turning on each other when things go bad. This is actually a direct argument against Ashley, because Ash makes the specific argument that if you, what was it, if you're under attack by a bear, you sacrifice your dog to get away. It's a sad truth, and you love your dog, but you do it anyway, because it has to be done. And that's the thing here, is like you can... That speaks to the idea that all the aliens here have all come together, and they all have worked together, but when the Reapers invade, won't they all isolate themselves, and won't they all ignore each other to defend themselves, and fragment? And wouldn't that be our downfall? We've learned from the Protheans that is the downfall. That's how the Reapers conquer you in the first place. That's their whole system, is to isolate everybody. This would be a different form of that. They do it by cutting off all the mass relays, which means people physically cannot get to or communicate with each other, which is a form of actual physical isolation that cannot be surmounted. But fragmenting us politically, that's another form of that, and that's the same problem. And that's why I always save the Council.
Opening the relays now, Joker. We need to save the Ascension, no matter what the cost.
I hope the Council appreciates this.
Alliance ships, move in. Save the Destiny Ascension.
Commander, we're picking up reinforcements. It's the Alliance. Thank the goddess.
Make sure he's dead.
He's dead.
Now here's an example of Jesus. Yep, this is just how indoctrinated Saren is. Look at this fucker. So Saren is so indoctrinated and so implanted and so enhanced and cybernetic at this point that now he's basically exploded off all of his organic material, and that's what's left. It's still most of a person. And this is no longer Saren, really. This is Sovereign speaking through him, which is shown by the fact that he just spoke as Sovereign just now. But look at this. That's how far gone he was. That's why you need to max out Charm or Intimidate to be able to even get through to him, to even get him to react, to get through to all the implants just for one brief moment that leads to a suicide, because that's how little of him was left. And it's a mess. And he's such a fucking cool villain. Alright, good luck, everybody. He's also totally acting like one of those, Geth that jump off of walls and everything. I'm overheated to shit. Well, my gun's completely boned. I'm just gonna have to wait for it to wear off. Did I miss somehow? No, it's his shields. His shields stay up pretty well. Well, the party is healthy for now. Just gonna have to wait it out for a bit. He's unfortunately one of those Geth that bounce around on walls. But let's review real quick. I'm pretty sure that I think it's Rex has toxic. What? Oh wait, that's your shotgun. You're not using your shotgun, right? I think it's your. Yeah, he's got shield bypass on his assault rifle, so he's actually hurting Saren through his shields, which is good because his shields are fucking strong. But he's already chipping away at his health regardless. But I'll work on it. Anyone who has overload will try to do that, which admittedly I don't have access to right now. Let's try to use sabotage. Oh, I think he got away from me. We're working on it. His shields will be down soon. I don't have overload though. Haha! He's airborne! This is good. We can use this. Let's keep it going for a little longer. There we go. There's a shot. There's an impact. That shot made him actually crumple on the ground for a bit. I'll try to prolong that if I can. Just to make him as vulnerable for as long as I can. Don't think I can lift him again. I can try to warp. That'll help a little bit. That's about it though. I don't think stasis will work on him, will it? Nah.
Sovereign's too strong. We have to pull back. Negative. This is our only chance. Take that monster down no matter what the cost.
Yeah, the downs. So you hit amounts of his health, and unfortunately, every time you make progress on his health, his freaking shields regenerate. So I can try to break through it, but it's not great. It takes a while. Every time you make a bit of progress on his health, and then a cutscene triggers, then all of his health comes back, which is rather not ideal. Let's try to use lift. Nope. We're working on him. Throw. Just try to stun him for a moment. There we go. Anything that stuns him for a moment just helps me line up my shot when I need to. Party's really healthy right now, actually, though. He doesn't seem to be that capable of getting through all of our shields, which are generally extensive. I tried to overload him, and I realized it's already down, so that was kind of pointless. Let's see, if I can get close, I can make my shotgun blast really work. Here we go. There's a chance for that, huh? Holy crap. Throw. Or that was lift. Anything I can do to stun him for a moment. Point blank shot, yes! That's perfect. Sabotage, that does damage too. Singularity? Maybe. There we go. He's almost down. That's all my tricks, really. Yeah. Hammer that trigger. Oh, damn it.
them! They're in here!
Take it easy. It's over. You're safe now. Where's the commander?
It's so cheesy, but it's so earned.
Ambassador, Captain, Commander Shepard, we have gathered here to recognize the enormous contributions of the Alliance forces in the war against Sovereign and the Geth.
Many humans lost their lives in the battle to save the Citadel. Brave and courageous soldiers who willingly gave their lives so that we, the Council, might live.
There is no greater sacrifice, and we share your grief over the tragic loss of so many noble men and women.
The Council also owes you a great personal debt, Commander, one we can never repay. You saved not just our lives, but the lives of billions from Sovereign and the Reapers.
Commander Shepard, your heroic and selfless actions serve as a symbol of everything humanity and the Alliance stand for.
And though we cannot bring back those valiant soldiers who gave their lives to save ours, we can honor their memories through our actions.
Humanity has shown it is ready to stand as a defender and protector of the galaxy. You have proved you are worthy to join our ranks and serve beside us on the Citadel Council.
Counselor, on behalf of humanity and the Alliance, we thank you for this prestigious honor and humbly accept.
We will need a list of potential candidates to fill humanity's seat on the Council.
Given all that has happened, I am sure your recommendation will carry a great deal of weight, Commander. Do you support any particular candidate?
Haha, fuck you, Udina.
We need someone with the courage to stand up for what he believes in. Someone like Captain Anderson.
Him? You must be joking. Anderson prefers to let his fists do the talking.
Only with you, Ambassador. Only with you.
Are you sure about this, Commander? The captain's a soldier, not a politician.
We've already got too many politicians on the Citadel. The captain would be perfect for this job.
I think it's an inspired choice. The Council would welcome him with open arms, should he accept.
I'm honored, Counselor. As humanity's representative, I'll do everything in my power to help the Council rebuild.
Sovereign's defeat marks the beginning of a new era for both humanity and the Council.
Sovereign was only a vanguard. The Reaper fleet is still coming. Hundreds of ships, maybe thousands. And I'm gonna find some way to stop them.
Shepard's right. Humanity is ready to do its part. United with the rest of the Council, we have the strength to overcome any challenge. When the Reapers come, we must stand side by side. We must fight against them as one. And together, we will drive them back into dark space.
I'll see you fuckers in Mass Effect 2 tomorrow.